Hi everybody, it's Cindy the Scrapologist. I'm here just to craft with you today. I've been wanting to make a video, but I have about 5 custom orders that I'm trying to get out, and so I thought I would do a video showing what you can do with the blank albums in my shop. I have this blank album in my shop that's available with a fabric spine. Um, the ones in the shop currently are faux leather, and I think denim and blue jeans are denim and burlap. But you can have any color spine you want. This particular one is like a gingham. And I'm just going to show you, I already started it, actually it goes this way, but I wanted to show you what it looks like when you receive it. It's just plain like this. It's covered in craft text and whatever you want on your spine, and it's blank inside, and you do the decorating. And so for those of you, most of you can make your own mini albums, but not all of us have the time to do that. And that's what this album is designed for, so that you can cover it and personalize it and make it your own. But I also do custom orders, and so that's what this is, using Graphic 45's Botanica Bella paper. It's not really a custom order, I shouldn't say that. I had this in my shop, and I have enough paper to make 2 more, this one and one other, and so somebody ordered this. Most of my products are made to order. But the album measures 5 3/4 by 7.5, and what I wanted to show you today is that you can cover it using both a 12 by 12 paper pack and where did it go? An 8 by 8 12 paper pack. Both will work perfectly for this album. That's why I sized it this way. And so here, for example, is another one that I'm doing that's, I think I have 1 more of these available in my shop. I'm not done yet, not done with the cover, but I used 8 by 8 paper. If you cut it very carefully, then you can use 1 pad of paper. So, oh yeah, I do have 1 more of these available in my shop because I have 1 more pack of paper left. And I think this paper is out of stock now. It's an older Graphic 45. But the pages inside measure 5 by 7. So this is an 8 by 8. So if you cut carefully, so the big pages are 5 by 7. Every page has a pocket, which is 5 by 5. So if you use an 8 by 8 piece of paper and you cut it carefully, you have a 3-inch strip left over that you can use for up here. Let me see if I have one. Well, for example, this here. So this was a 3-inch strip left over, and so I put it up here. And the albums are totally interactive. Like I said, I'm still covering this one. This is going to go here. There's a little pocket there. So there's almost an entire sheet of 8 by 8 right there that fits really nicely there. So this one was covered with 8 by 8, and the one I'm doing today, I'm using a 12 by 12 paper pack. The cover, let me show you what the cover is going to look like. This is what the cover is going to look like. So I've got some metal on there. I have some buttons, some fussy cutting, some ribbon, and the large piece is an image from the collection pack put on chipboard, and I think it just turned out beautiful. So I'm not going to be doing the cover today, but did want to show you what that's going to look like. So for the inside then, when you use a 12 by 12 pack of paper, because this page is 7 by 5, 7 plus 5 equals 12, right? So if you cut your paper correctly, or be smart about it, and don't try not to be wasteful about it, you'll have let's see, at least 3, 7. Yeah, you can cover at least 3 of these pages with one sheet of 12 by 12. So you could cut 7 by 5, 7 by 5, and then 5 by 7, if that makes sense. So you can cover 3 pages with one sheet of 12 by 12 paper. So that's why 5 by 7 is a really nice size. So so let me just do this. This is 5 by 5, this pocket. And I usually mat first, and then I go through and embellish afterwards. I thought it might just be interesting to some of you to know my process too, when I'm decorating and when I'm creating a certain look to an album. So I'm going to cut 5 by 5. And you see, now that I've cut 5 by 5, this that is left over is a 7 by 5. And that's going to fit perfectly onto this 5 by 5 fits perfectly on any of the pockets that are throughout the book. And then this piece left over fits on any of the pages. Okay, does that make sense? Simple. I do like to ink all of my edges. I like to have attention to every tiny detail when it comes to my book, because people are paying for these and hoping to keep them as a family heirloom for the rest of their lives and generations to come. And so it's really important that all these little details are cared for, which is why sometimes I take a break and do junk journals, because those can be a little messy. These mini albums are so precise. I'm even making sure no tape is sticking out. I have a whole bunch of different options. You can go to my shop, which I'll link below, and any of the albums in my shop, I can make a blank one for you. I'd be happy to make a blank one for you. And I actually think I'm going to go ahead, well, no, because this, I can't do that. The cover pocket is a little bit of a different story, because it's a little wider than 5 by 7. So I'm going to save this sheet for later, but I'm going to cut out something for the cover. And this needs to measure 5¼ by 5½. So the other thing when you're decorating a book, always do your shorter measurement first. So I'm going to do the 5¼ first, because that leaves you with your bigger piece of paper. So 5¼ by 5½. And I'll give you another hint covering these books. What I've found, oopsie, is that these books lend themselves really well to graphic 45. Well, any mini album, really. Because well, I suppose you could say this about any paper collection. If you use a collection pack, but especially graphic 45, every single sheet of paper goes with every other piece of paper in the book. So you don't have to, I mean in the pack. So you don't have to sit and think about, well, does this go with this? Maybe I should do this side. Maybe I should do no matter what you slap down, it's going to look fine. It all goes together because you're using a collection pack that was meant to be, all the papers were designed to go together. And so that makes this process relatively stress-free, because this should not be a stressful project, right? Oopsie, man. I'm fumble fingers today. It's 95 degrees here, so I'm a little overheated. There we go. Okay, so let me just flip a page and do a 5×7 for you. Oh, and by the way, so what I did on the cover so far was just added a piece of paper, and in case you're decorating one of these, this paper here is 7½ by 4½. The other nice thing about using a 12×12 is if you want a 2-page spread, you can use a 12×12. You can't do that with an 8×8 paper pack. And I do want a 2-page spread here, so I'm going to cut 2 5×7s. Oh, let me just get a drink here. So let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to cut my 7-inch measurement first. And that will leave me with a bigger strip. So think about, before you cut, think about what you're going to have left over. Okay? And that way you don't waste paper. I'm able to usually decorate two books with one 12×12 paper pack, because I'm real careful how I cut the paper. You can use any kind of adhesive. I use my tape runner, my ATG gun, for most of the inside pages, but for the cover page, I use something more substantial like score tape, Suquang tape, or double-sided tape, because the cover is going to get a lot more wear and tear, and I'm going to be putting stuff on it, and I just want that to not fall apart. But for the inside, the tape runner, the ATG gun works just fine. You can use glue. I am horrendously messy with glue. I cannot handle glue. Glue hates me. So I stick to dry adhesive unless I absolutely have to use glue. I'm also famous for putting things upside down when I'm talking, so I had to make sure that I flipped that around. I was about to put it on upside down. Like I just did. I just put this one on upside down. Oh, careful. Oh. Let me put a little more adhesive. What a dork I am. I'm sitting here talking about knotting. I'm telling you not to put it on upside down, and then I do. At first glance, it doesn't look like it really matters which way this goes, but there are words on there, so and the plants would be upside down. Okay, see, so that's how you can get a really pretty spread out of a 12 by 12 sheet. And I do this at the end usually, but I also like to go and ink the actual book itself, just to clean up the edges. So that will happen at the end too. Let's see, what else? Let me just show you. I have to look at my pictures here because I'm doing an order that was on my site, and I have to make sure I make it. Okay, let's do this spread. This will be a nice one. I'll show you how I do a pocket and then this. And get my paper pack. I don't think I have any of that paper left. Okay, I'm going to have to open. I have another pack of paper here. I'm going to have to open it up. If you watch my Use Your Scraps series, you know that I keep everything organized like this. Keep all of my collection packs together. And I don't really have any scraps left over because I've already done something with those. I've already either created cards or I don't know what I did with the scraps actually. It was a while ago. Okay, so I'm going to use a sheet of this. And this paper is just so beautiful. I really enjoy working with it. So pretty. And I want this one, I'm going to kind of mutilate a bit because I want this bird in the center. But I'm going to start out, oh, you know what? I wanted the striped, the green striped too. I want that, this, and the stripes. Oh, the stripes are on the back. Okay, good. Good, good, good. So I'm going to use this, this, and this. And see how you don't even have to worry? It just all automatically goes together. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to cover the 5x5 pocket with these stripes, but I want this image. So I'm going to just cut over 5 inches here. My 5x5, or maybe do down here. Let me see. Let's see how wide that is. If I go 5, yeah, perfect. I won't be cutting off the bird. So got this still. 5 by, and I'm going for the stripes, but I want to keep this, so I'm going to cut the top. There's a little bit of white border on there still. Let me get rid of that. Five by 5. And see how I cut? So this is a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. I wanted to cut for my 5 by 5 pocket. So I cut it 5 inches wide, 5 inches this way. And then I cut for my 5 by 5 pocket, and I'm left with a 7 by 5 that I can just put on. Okay? Oops, I'm using the stripes. So I'm not going to decorate the whole book. I just wanted to show you. You can go to my shop and YouTube channel and Facebook, and you can feel free to look at some of the other books I've done and get some ideas. I just basically wanted to show you the whole theory behind how to decorate this book easily, and just how easy it is to decorate. And show you what kind of paper you can use, what size paper. Okay. And now I've got this nice, of course I wanted to use this bird. I guess I'll use him somewhere else, but now I've got this nice piece of paper that can go right here. Sorry, I keep getting out of camera. It can go right here. I wanted to just show you the Safari book one more time. I did start matting it. So here's just a quick idea. Here's 2 5 by 7s. These are cut aparts from the kit that I'll be putting on. I'm going to mat them and put them on. And you can also, one of the things you can do if you do make a mistake with your cutting, go ahead and just cover. This is two different sheets of paper. That's not a mistake. I did it on purpose. I think it looks really nice. I was left with those scraps, and then I'll put something on top of it like that, and it just looks really nice. You don't have to have all solid paper on every single page. So this was just two strips, kind of like this, that I put side by side. And then this is a scrap, a border from the papers that I put at the top of the pocket. And again, I showed you this map. This is an 8x8 piece of paper that was cut out. And this is a pocket here, so I wanted the map of Africa to be across the whole thing. See, and it still closes, so you can do something like that with your flip out. And I think that's all I've done so far. So I hope that that gives you a few ideas as to what you can do with the blank albums in my shop. I hope it encourages you to create something special for your family. You can make these your own. You can decorate them with your own style. Put family photos on the front. Memorabilia in all the pockets. So they're really simple to do. I encourage you to make a family memory, and I hope that this helped, and hope that you subscribe to my channel, hit like if you liked the video, check out my shop, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.